Reddit is a place filled with vast digital disturbing content and stories from every corner of the globe, from people sharing confessions and mysteries that linger on after you scroll. In this video, we are going to be looking at some of the eerie, disturbing Redditors encountered on Omegle. Warning, some viewers may find some of this content unsettling. Grave colloques. The worst I saw was a young girl around 15-16 years old. We were just chatting and she kept on saying that I might be the last person she sees. Obviously, I take it that she's hopping off Omegle, but nope. She started unpacking a brown bag and took out a little box from that bag. Then only do I notice that it was sleeping pills. She popped each one out of the little containers and piled them onto her hand. She proceeded to throw all of them in her mouth and wash them all down with almost an entire sealed bottle of rum. I even heard the plastic lid snaps as well. She then started singing and whistling Chill Bill and flipped the camera over. I was so scared that I just waited for a response, but the call was dead silent. I'm not sure if she sadly passed or not, but I'm sure that the amount of alcohol made her puke all the stuff out. Ashtar Moon. Well, there was a guy, surely people seen it, in the Omegle. They were playing the final moments of the former soldier that a few years ago himself with a shotgun blast in the during a Facebook live stream, the one who said, "Hey guy, that's it." So the bastards were playing the last minute of the video as if it was someone chatting. Also, the same video was camouflaged on TikTok for a time. Also, they did the same with the other guy from Russia, who himself in a similar manner, the 1444 video. They started in YouTube and then using the same gimmick on Omegle, obvious to record people's horrified reactions or just to cause shock. Killer Whale 51. High school kickback probably around 2013, sophomore year. About 8 of us were swarmed around my buddy's webcam talking to strangers on the chat rollout, typical stuff. Then the next person was. I was so naive and sheltered that genuinely I couldn't understand what I was watching. Pretty sure we all stood there for about 10 seconds, realizing the situation, and we turned it off. I will never forget what I saw. It scared my eyes forever. I think about the child still to this day, truly, and always hope she got out of the situation and is healing now. People suck, and I never got on those websites after again. K Cooper 815. Thankfully, I never did video Omegle. I knew that people had a tendency to be and was not risking that. But when I was 9ish, I played a virtual gold game called Small Worlds. The minimum age was 13, but most players were around 16 and 18. Naturally, people had open house parties. I was chilling silently in one and people in the hot tub were role-playing. Me not knowing what the word meant, googled it. It still burned into my memory at 19 what popped up in the images tab, especially the gif of a close-up thrusting towards the camera at the top left of the results. A couple of months ago, I was on Twitter. A account had posted, dude generally it in a fitting room. Some things to note. What was this? Seemed like a smaller, different country family store, and a little girl came by a couple of times and put her hand through the curtain to hand him clothing. Sicko had convinced her to open the curtain a little more to where she could stand and look through, and had her stroke it. I left after that. Saving grace was that the few replies were also going, "This is disgusting, that's a kid." You couldn't see the guy's face and the girl was blurred, but that's still a real child. SEO 800. I remember that I was a child and we were with a group of friends, including some freaking girls. A woman had appeared on Omegle with her out and her face covered, asking the girls in the group to take off their clothes in front of us. But they said no. The boys and I were innocent. There came a time where the two girls locked themselves in a room with the laptop in hand and we didn't know what they had done. It wasn't until they left the room for 4 hours afterwards, somewhat disarranged and with their wrists and hands full of blood. At the time I didn't know what they had done, but as I am growing up, I realized what they had done with that woman, who was possibly a man behind a video or whoever it was. Karate Con. A guy convinced me he was going to come to my house and attack me as an 11-year-old. Multiple men would describe what they wanted to do to me, things I absolutely will not repeat and have ruined blocked out. I was groomed so badly a man convinced me to send him my address and except I was too cowardly to use mine. So I sent him my best friends who lived down the street. Nothing ever happened, but I still regret it so much.